Hello, everybody. So I just had two videos just recently about specific assassination orders, and I wanted to have them before I did a general video about it. So the specific ones was Princess Diana assassinated, presumably by the Queen of England, and number two was Jeffrey Epstein assassinated, which in his case has three options. One being by Donald Trump, President Donald Trump. A second one being by Hillary Clinton, who had a lot of power in relation to that. And the third one being by Queen Elizabeth II, which nobody even considered at the time, but later on we realised that because Princess Andrew was implicated as well, there was a chance that she would have wanted that to go away as well. I don't really think that it could have really been all three operating together, but perhaps in a sort of indirect, very vague little way. But certainly my conclusion is that probably both of them were assassinated. So both Princess Diana and Jeffrey Epstein were assassinated. And so that then leads to the question of, are assassination orders legal? And obviously I've said they are. And another example is Osama bin Laden. So we know that Barack Obama ordered Osama bin Laden to be killed in Pakistan. So not in USA, in Pakistan. So they went to Pakistan, whose alliance with USA is not exactly solid, and they went to another country and assassinated him. Now, of course, we know historically USA have gone to Cuba, they went to parts of South America, and they carried out assassinations galore. So there certainly are such things as assassination orders. And we know that historically monarchs have been allowed to do it. How often they actually do it is another question. Of course, we know that world leaders all around the world carry out assassinations, and it sort of depends. And we sort of have this view that, well, they do it, we don't do it. No, we're good people, we're modern, we're all that. Well, I think we still do. I mean, there's another one, Julian Assange, of course, he hasn't been assassinated, but he is the subject of at least a desired assassination order. Hillary Clinton was public saying she wanted him killed, she wanted him assassinated. He hasn't been, but the whole extradition order, all of that was Hillary Clinton's idea. I don't know that it was necessarily her first, but she certainly said it publicly, and so she was part of that. And that was before she lost the election. So when she was still Secretary of Foreign Secretary, I think was the title. So under Barack Obama, she was ordering or asking for him to be assassinated, or at least to come back to USA and be executed. I think she both, either. So, and then he costed the 2016 election after that. So the assassination order was put out in about 2014 in relation to him exposing Iraq war crimes and things like that. So, yeah, he certainly has at least a desired assassination order out on him. Another one's Edward Snowden. So Edward Snowden's in Russia right now under their protection, and he's talked quite copiously about how USA has got an assassination order out on him. Of course, we know Osama bin Laden was. We know that there was one on Saddam Hussein and various terrorists. They have assassination orders out. So I think anyone suggesting that they don't have assassination orders is a bit stupid. You're not aware of what's going on if you think that doesn't happen. If you think that only happens in other countries, well, most certainly does happen in USA. And look, I'd say it's not just USA. Obviously, it happens in the UK as well. I think it happens here in Australia, and I'm sure it happens everywhere. There's certain conditions where you can authorise an assassination order, and it's not just they can't just do it for everyone. Maybe they can, but they don't, because the nature of it is that it has to be either a situation like Osama bin Laden, where everyone's going to want him dead, or a situation where, with like Jeffrey Epstein, where it can be done so secretly that they were not sure it's happened. So, that's the thing is. And one of the things that I found was they often said, well, they're secret agents, and if their identity is exposed, that can be grounds for an assassination order. That doesn't always happen like that, but that's potentially it, because most of the people who are exposed in the identities are terrorists, or at least that's where it ends up. So it might be some regular person does it and then, whoops, ends up in the hands of a terrorist, and then that person gets killed. And I'm talking about secret agents. I'm not talking about, the leader of the CIA, who everybody knows who that is. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those agents who have fake identities. Now, just to explain this, I'll explain this happened a few years ago for me. I was given a job application to join ASIO, which is Australia's secret agency. Anyway, and so one of the things on the job application, I had to move to Canberra and I'd have to fake my own death, or help to fake my own death. They'd help. They'd do their bit. I'd do my bit. And then after that, I had to never talk to my family or friends or anyone I'd ever met before. Have to close down my Facebook account, do all that. And they would give me plastic surgery, so I wouldn't look the same. They'd move me, and I'd have nothing to do with anyone I'd ever met before. My voice would change. Everything about me would change. I don't know if they might even do a sex change operation nowadays. I mean, who knows, but probably not. But yeah, they'd certainly do plastic surgery. So they had no requirement for me to be skinny. I mean, I suppose you can do a lot of things with plastic surgery. But yeah, I didn't do it, obviously. But the thing is, had I done that, that would have been a massive sacrifice. Can you just imagine? All your family, no matter how much you don't like your family, you would never be able to talk to anyone, not even that nice cousin you have or that uncle that it's always been nice to you. Or even if you don't like your parents, you don't like your brothers and sisters, you've still got someone in there that you probably still want to get a hold of, but friends that you've relied on, and you'd have to lose all that, change your identity, and they'd all think you're dead. And then you're potentially putting yourself in dangerous situations. So sure, you're not probably really going to be fighting against foreign agents very often, but you would be fighting against terrorists. You'll be fighting against serial killers. You'll be fighting against organised crime. You'll be fighting against pedophiles, and in a lot of cases, high up people in government that are corrupt. And you'll be putting your life on the line. So you're losing all that, and you're putting your life on your line, and then somebody exposes your identity. When somebody exposes your identity, you either have to fake your death again and get a new identity, which by that stage is pretty hard, or go dark, go really hide, or you get killed. And the whole point of having that identity is so that you're safe. So once that's exposed and all that, blah, 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 your life's in danger. And it's probably in danger already, but that puts it in bigger danger. So that's grounds for an assassination. It's not the only ground. Obviously, Osama bin Laden did do that, yes, but that isn't all he did. I'm not saying he did 9/11 because I don't think he did. That's what I'm saying, but nonetheless, he did a lot of other terrorist activities. There's no doubt that he was a terrorist. And, that's just because he didn't do 9/11 doesn't mean that he wasn't doing other bad things. And he certainly blew up the USS Cole and various embassies and killed a lot of people, a lot of innocent people, a lot of good people. And so that's the situation there. And I think, I know that there's some groups that try to expose these secret agents, and I think it's a really bad idea. I mean, if you're doing it for noble reasons because you think that they're all bad, then I don't think secret agents are all bad. I mean, I'm sure, same as with police, there's some of them that are bad. But I think trying to suggest that they're all bad is very, very dangerous, and that's probably not true. So yeah, so that's just not the case there. Anyway, yeah, so assassination orders, very much, I'm sure that they're real. I'm sure they exist all around the world. We see quite a bit of evidence of that. And I think pretty obvious that we don't see direct, obvious evidence. And as for Wikipedia claiming, oh no, they've never been carried out, I think Wikipedia lie. I think everybody really knows that they lie. Yeah, that's it for me. Bye-bye.